I was 29 years old, and I was just starting my solo career as a business consultant in San Francisco. So I got a phone call from a woman, and her name is Angela. She asked me for a commission interview. So we met for coffee. I learned that Angela was 49 years old at the time, and she had an impressive career in corporate America. Most of her time she spent at Gap Corporation, where she joined the executive team. But Angela and her husband, they had agreed that when they turned 50 years old, they were going to quit their corporate jobs and they were going to do what they always wanted to do. And for him was to become a high school teacher. For her was to become an interior designer. I don't know about you guys, but at 29, 50 sounded so old. I was like, oh my God. So I started like having like a hyperventilation, and I couldn't disguise my perplexity. And I was like, oh, wait. Are you saying you just made it, you got to the top, and you're just going to quit it like that? And yeah. And I said, well, this is really, it's okay, it's fine, good. And she said, why? And I said, well, it's just, you've made it, and you can quit, you can start over. It's just, isn't that too late? And she took it very graciously. She did not get offended or anything. So she closed her book, she took out her glasses, she looked at me, she goes, Anna, you know, in this life, we have time for so many different lives. And I want you to think about that just for a moment, because at the time, I did not grasp at all. But then on she went, she quit it, she did it, she's one of the top interior designers in San Francisco today. She's a rock star. So now fast forward 20 years, here I am, same age. Now I'm asked, not that old anymore, I don't think. So now I'm asked how I became an entrepreneur and what did I do to get here? So when I look back to try to understand the fabric that made me today, what I realized is nothing less than it was a series of different lives. Different lives that finally, that conversation clicked for me. And what I did not know is that day in a coffee shop, I was already in my fourth life. So now I'm going to try to define life, because I know I see the puzzles. So if you can visualize, imagine just a series of bubbles next to each other, and each one is a set of circumstances. People, a job, place you live, relationships, lifestyle, whatever that might be. And when we change from one life to another, those circumstances change. So as an example, my first life was in Brazil. It was a 21-year-long bubble, and I lived under the same set of circumstances until I moved to the United States. So there are two ways that we can move from one life to the next. And the first way would be through a push, and the second way would be through a leap. So a push is when we are pushed into a different life without us wanting to be there. So think it could be a life event such as maybe the loss of a loved one, a divorce, being laid off from your job, whatever that is that pushes you into that different life. What happens with that is there is not an expectation of an outcome when you're pushed into a different life. But a leap, on the other hand, is when we consciously make the choice to change circumstances. It's usually triggered by an urge of having and wanting something different. And it requires some sort of planning, some sort of understanding of what it is to make that transition. It comes with a prediction of what's on the other side, and most importantly, it comes with an expectation of an outcome. And that expectation of an outcome is really and truly what prevents a lot of us from making a change. So, for me, I can surely say that I am the human version of a cat. I'm already on my 9th life, and I'm not kidding. 9 lives I've had so far. And of those 9 lives, 2 of them were pushes, 7 of them were leaps that I voluntarily did it. And the last leap, I jumped into a life of an industry I knew nothing about. And the fear of the unknown doesn't scare me in this lifetime. I don't know what else will, because I'm in restaurants. And there's not an industry that can be any scarier, so I did it, that's it. So there is one group of people that is just really, really good in following that urge to change, and that's entrepreneurs. I mean, we as entrepreneurs, we share a common thread of living and thriving through different lives. We just do. And I know there are a lot of entrepreneurs in the room, and all of you that are here can relate to what? Hardships, long days, sleepless nights, poor diet, lack of cash, everything, but yet we continue on doing it, and we continue on doing it because we leap before we are pushed. Now, some people come to me and argue and say, oh, entrepreneurs have a higher tolerance for risk, and we have less fear, whatever it is that we have that makes us special. But if we think about it, we're all human beings, and every human being is wired to fear the unknown. And maybe what we can consider perhaps is that entrepreneurs, just by living experience, learned how to accept and adapt to the uncertainties of what's on the other side. So think about that for a moment. Now, regardless, if you're an entrepreneur or not, what I'd love to do is invite everyone to take a quick assessment of your own path and the fabric that brought you where you are today. And see, can you identify the different lives? And if you did, how many of those lives were you pushed into, and how many did you leap into? And in your current life today, where are you? Did you just make a leap? Are you in the middle of it? Or are you approaching the edge? And if you're approaching the edge, are you taking steps to change it, or are you waiting to be pushed? Because, remember, as I said earlier, we all have the fear of the unknown, and most of us won't make the leap, but some of us, and I know we all know people who have that secret wish of being pushed. How many people do you know it says, oh, I'd love to be laid off and get a great severance package? I know people who said that. That is a push. So, again, I'm always asked, how did I become an entrepreneur? And what I can say for sure is that it was through a path that was absolutely not linear. It wasn't planned. It wasn't predicted. I had so many shut doors. I thought, there were detours in this journey, but in reality, they were not shut doors. They were triggers that helped me move and change. Because not in a million years, I would have predicted that the 19-year-old marketing assistant at Sharp Electronics in São Paulo, Brazil, would be a CEO of a multi-unit restaurant chain today in Portland, Oregon, with literally pit stops in at least 4 to 5 different industries: archaeology, construction, interior design. I can't name a few. So, but one thing I know is that every single leap helped me calibrate my internal GPS, just to make sure that it was aligned with what I thought it was important for me. So every step of the way, I wanted to make sure that I was giving my greatest contribution, that I was learning, that I was fulfilled, and most important is that I had a purpose. And when those stopped, it's time to go. So I know that we are all in different spots. And I know that what motivates us to change is different for everyone. And truly, the definition of making to the top is relative. So one thing that I do believe, though, is that we all know when we have an urge internally to make a difference or to make a change. And if you have that, if you were there, I just hope that I was able to inspire the idea that we can mold our path multiple times and any time. So I would love to ask you to consider harnessing that power that you have and then leap before you get pushed.